Famous quotes from history's most influential minds have been interpreted in countless ways. But what if their true meaning is hidden behind a veil of deception? For centuries, the most profound statements have been etched into our collective consciousness, but few have stopped to question their authenticity. Take the phrase, the window of opportunity, a phrase often cited by successful entrepreneurs and business leaders. At first glance, it seems like a harmless expression, but let's delve deeper and explore its roots. The phrase window of opportunity is often attributed to the 19th century German philosopher, Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel. However, a closer examination of his work reveals that Hegel never actually used this phrase. So, who coined this phrase, and what did they mean by it? The answer lies in the world of economics, where the concept of a window of opportunity was first introduced by the famous economist, Joseph Schumpeter. Schumpeter used the phrase to describe the period of time during which a company can innovate and disrupt the market before its competitors catch up. But what does this phrase have to do with a window, and why has it become such a popular catchphrase? The answer lies in the way our brains process information and make decisions under uncertainty. When we look out a window, we're not just seeing a physical barrier between us and the outside world. We're also processing a wealth of information about the world outside. We're reading cues about the weather, the time of day, and the state of the environment. This process of information gathering is what Schumpeter meant by window of opportunity, a period of time during which a company can gather information and make informed decisions. But what if I told you that this phrase has a darker side, a side that reveals the ruthless tactics employed by companies to gain a competitive advantage? It's a story of innovation and disruption, but also of exploitation and manipulation. A story that highlights the importance of critically evaluating the information we receive and making informed decisions. But that's not the strangest part. The phrase window of opportunity is also used to describe a person's ability to make a decision quickly and confidently, a concept that's often linked to the concept of impulsivity, the tendency to act on impulse without considering the consequences. But what if impulsivity is not always a bad thing? In fact, research suggests that impulsivity can be a valuable asset in certain situations. For example, when faced with a complex problem, impulsivity can help individuals think outside the box and come up with innovative solutions. However, impulsivity can also lead to reckless decision-making and a lack of consideration for the consequences. So, how can we strike a balance between impulsivity and caution? The answer lies in developing self-awareness and learning to recognize our own thought patterns and biases. By becoming more aware of our thoughts and emotions, we can make more informed decisions and avoid the pitfalls of impulsivity. But that's not all. The phrase window of opportunity is also used to describe a person's ability to seize an opportunity and make the most of it, a concept that's closely tied to the concept of resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity and keep moving forward. But what if resilience is not just about bouncing back? What if it's also about growing and learning from our experiences? In fact, research suggests that resilience is closely tied to the concept of post-traumatic growth, the ability to find meaning and purpose in the face of adversity. Research suggests that resilience is closely tied to the concept of post-traumatic growth, the ability to find meaning and purpose in the face of adversity. How can we cultivate resilience and post-traumatic growth in our own lives?
The answer lies in developing a growth mindset and learning to reframe our challenges as opportunities for growth.
By adopting a growth mindset and focusing on the opportunities rather than the obstacles, we can build resilience and find meaning in our experiences. But wait until you hear what comes next. The phrase window of opportunity is also used to describe a person's ability to manipulate and deceive others, a concept that's closely tied to the concept of social influence, the ability to influence others through persuasion and manipulation. But what if social influence is not just about manipulation? What if it's also about building genuine relationships and connections? In fact, research suggests that social influence is closely tied to the concept of emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage our own emotions and the emotions of others. So, how can we build genuine relationships and connections with others? The answer lies in developing empathy and learning to understand the needs and emotions of others.
By becoming more empathetic and understanding, we can build stronger relationships and avoid the pitfalls of manipulation.
But that's not all. The phrase window of opportunity is also used to describe a person's ability to seize the moment and make the most of it, a concept that's closely tied to the concept of flow, the state of complete absorption and engagement in an activity. But what if flow is not just about being in the moment? What if it's also about cultivating a sense of purpose and meaning? In fact, research suggests that flow is closely tied to the concept of autotelic experiences that are self-contained and rewarding in themselves. So, how can we cultivate flow and autotelic experiences in our own lives? The answer lies in finding activities that bring us joy and a sense of purpose. By focusing on the things that bring us joy and a sense of purpose, we can cultivate flow and autotelic experiences. And then something unexpected happened. The phrase window of opportunity was used by a group of entrepreneurs to describe their company's rapid growth and success. But what if this phrase is not just about business? What if it's also about personal growth and development? In fact, research suggests that the concept of window of opportunity is closely tied to the concept of personal growth, the process of developing our skills and abilities over time. So, how can we use the concept of window of opportunity to cultivate personal growth and development? The answer lies in setting clear goals and working towards them with determination and persistence. By setting clear goals and working towards them, we can cultivate personal growth and development. Want more mind-blowing facts? Hit subscribe and join our journey of discovery. If you found this fascinating, subscribe for more incredible stories like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.